So what I'm seeing, friend, is that your ancestral bloodline is asking you right now to make a choice, because right now you're going through a transition of an energetic transition. That's what I'm seeing. An energetic transition where your self choices is going to affect your physical realm. If you catch my vibes. I'm seeing that your ancestral bloodline is saying, hey, we're putting you on to know both the good and the bad about life, about this bloodline, about your family, both in physical and non-physical form, as far as those that have moved on, as well as those that are still here. I just heard the word patterns. I'm hearing pay attention to the karmic patterns of your family and of yourself to know if you're following what are you following healthily. I just heard like what type of karma you're bringing to yourself, and I just heard when it comes to the word healthily or healthy doesn't necessarily mean that, hey, because we tend to associate the word healthy as if it's something good, like, oh, I'm healthy. But as far as a healthy connection, meaning it's a strong connection. It's not just, it's not a weak connection. You have a strong connection to this pattern, this way of thinking, this way of moving through life, this way of creating life, this way of both understanding, understanding, and therefore overstanding. Like this is how you move. This is what you do. This is the vibes that your pattern, like your soul tribes, like your internal self, like this is patterns that your soul and therefore you in physical form is wanting you to know, like, hey, I want to break free from this type of way of being. But at the same time, this is the stuff that I want to strengthen and stuff, and have an actual healthy progressive evolution. I just heard the word evolution, way of being, so I can actually evolve energetically, therefore physically. I'm seeing the word fascia tissue. That's the part of our body that is just makes the muscle and things just work as one piece, one being. Like it's kind of like I'm seeing the word synchronizations as well, like a synchronicity type vibes. As I mentioned earlier, with the choice, you're being given a choice. Oh, that's what it is. You're being given right now. If you're having any type of, right now, whoever's going through some type of trial, quote unquote, and tribulation, life lesson, which we all do, of course, but whatever trials and challenges you're going through right now, it's all because right now you're being told that your ancestral bloodline is saying, hey, I'm giving you this. I'm letting you know this is what's good. This is what's bad. Watch the patterns. Because this is created. Because remember, I said earlier, your something about, I can't remember exactly what I said, but I remember saying something about it's creating, like having an effect on your physical realm. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, you're creating your synchronizations. So, and it's all a test of how you see yourself, like in your highest state. Because remember, we are our own self-critics. That's what I'm hearing. We are our own self-critics. Sometimes we create goals in our life. I ain't gonna say sometimes, but when you create goals in your life and things do not work out the way that, you want it to, or as fast as you want it to, then we have a tendency to criticize ourselves or talk down on ourselves. But it's like being in a state of confusion, and then you create self-doubt, and that's what I'm hearing. Your ancestral line is saying that a lot of the patterns that I just heard you have a strong connection to the pattern of self-doubt, lack of self-faith, or you have faith in yourself, because we all have faith in ourselves, but it might not be a healthy version of faith. I'm hearing this is part of your maternal bloodline, your divine feminine body, your emotional body, learning how to overcome these type of mental thinking processes. I'm hearing you could be surrounded by family and friends who too think this way, so therefore they don't support you like you would like to see them. But you have to remember, the House of Libra is all about everything comes from within, about equilibrium. And I'm being told I'm saying equal twice, because the thought patterns, I'm hearing the thought patterns that we create stem from the emotions that created, the emotions that equate from those thoughts. It's like kind of giving like cause and effect vibes. I know I'm not explaining that first part as far as the equate of emotions. Like your emotions equal your thoughts, but your thoughts also equal your emotions. So that cause and effect vibe, that's what I'm hearing. And I pulled from my self-love deck, and it says what's this card? Sorry, because it's the picture and the words is kind of hard to see what it says. Have willpower and focus on your relationship goals. Your self-love message is also redeem yourself after a painful relationship. All is not lost. And then in reverse, it says let go of being controlling in a relationship and learn to listen. Ooh. So that way you can be your whole self. That's what I'm getting, because you gotta think about it. When you're in your way of being, meaning your experiences in your life, we create our life, but also our life, the way we move in life also is things that we've observed mentally, we've observed physically with our minds, we've observed emotionally through our heart spaces, good and bad. And so it's inherited. You inherit other people's viewpoints and perspectives and just their whole outlook on life. I'm hearing the House of Libra for you, friend, is to break that type of mentality. That type of way of self-protecting yourself and providing for yourself, that you're providing for yourself, something like that. I'm here because masculine energy is all about providing and protecting, because in society that's what masculine energy represents, providing for his family and protecting his family. So I'm hearing the House of Libra in its masculine form for you, friend, is saying your connection to the Libra house is wherever it's showing up in your birth chart. It's right now saying like, hey, I want you to break that type of self-protection and stuff, because this is not your true way of being. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I also have a Kali Ma message. It says Kali overcomes karma, realigns us with our path when we have veered off course, reverse the momentum of negativity, and detaches draining energy cords, restoring us to full vitality. It may seem like your will is being thwarted and you are getting what you want, but the goddess knows what she's doing. Her actions will benefit you. Trust. Yeah, you're being realigned. Like I said, I'm seeing like a big, huge ancestral purge. Like you are so used to going with the flow of what has already been done. And right now, your path has changed. Like you're being called to change your path so you could be your whole self, so you can heal yourself naturally. Not just you, but if you have children, or if you don't have children, but perhaps have children in the future, like those, your children will not follow that path either. They'll be healthier. They'll be more in balance because they're now operating in present day form and present day form. That's what I'm hearing. Why? Because you chose to change your ways and you are self-acknowledging and is more self-aware about what is actually fair and what is actually just. Like if you're actually creating fairness in your life, and if you're actually creating justice, not like justice like a revenge type thing or some get back type stuff, but more so for you, like it's like self-justice. Like you're treating yourself the way you it's kind of like the saying, treat others how you treat yourself, but backwards. It's like from a higher perspective, like for how you see yourself mentally in your highest and healthiest form and stuff. You're aligning yourself to be that person. Like kind of like, I'm seeing like with those, motivational speakers and stuff, when they ask questions like, okay, you have a goal to be rich or whatnot. Well, and you look at how celebrities, let's say you looked at how celebrities are or people who have accomplished, physical great wealth as far as money, monetary, monetary wise. And, you're looking like, well, what do they do? What type of disciplines do they follow? What are their strategies? Things like that. So it's kind of like your higher self is saying, well, how are you, besides looking at how somebody else is doing it? Like that's fine and dandy, but ultimately, what are you doing for who you are and where you are at right now to uplift yourself, to be able to honor yourself so that way you can, be more disciplined. Everything takes baby steps. I just heard. Don't be down on yourself. That creates even more self-doubt. I'm hearing that that's how you're going to step out of this type of, I just heard the word mental audacity. Like, how dare you talk to yourself like that? Like, if you're the type of person who, when things don't go right, I'm hearing like you indirectly and also sometimes directly like demean yourself, and that's all about, that lessens your vibration. It's kind of like when people mess up or make a mistake and then they call themselves, respectfully saying, but as an example, stupid, or you say, oh, why did I do that? That don't even make no sense and stuff like that. It's like your inner thoughts coming down with the actions. All at the same time. Yeah, friend, I'm just hearing overall that right now, anytime you're hearing any type of confusion energy, if you have the spirits of confusion around you, self-doubt, anything that would create lack of faith in yourself, anything that's testing your beliefs, like, oh, you can accomplish this or you cannot accomplish this. Is at the end of the day, it's all about your self choices. And it's just you trying to uplift you, like in your mind, your higher self, your ancestors. They're trying to pull you out of your ancestral bloodlines, is ultimately working on pulling you out of some type of divine mental mechanism. That's what I'm hearing. Like some type of mechanical way of being, because you're not aware right now of how much you are and how less you are of the fact of what you are in control and what you are what you inherited as far as the way you move in life. And that is contributing to your response to life, both mentally and emotionally, which is not 100% you, because you don't control that aspect. It's kind of giving like you need to release these energies. I'm hearing you need to release these energies, because they are not equal to who you are and where you see yourself going. Release them. Meaning when those thoughts pop into your mind, those emotions pop into your mind, you talk to them like you would to anybody else who, would try to come at you in a disrespectful way or in a way that would create chaos in your life. You talk to them, not saying you gotta talk to them out loud, but in your head, anytime those thoughts pop up in your mind, those are just spirits. Those are just energies that ultimately needs to be released. Saying, hey, no, that's not how I feel. That's not me. I have my goals. Like, just don't give them the space to actually play in your head. Feel me? Don't allow them to just be there and just have fun and just run through your mind without any type of, consequences or, actions. They just running free. And that's when you start to have your mind starts racing, because they're creating more and more confusion. Those spirits is creating more and more confusion and stuff, because therefore that will create more problems. Because when you can't think straight, when you don't operate from a space of being in a clear mindset, it's stressful, It's stressful. So I'm hearing right now, just focus on your goals, of your self-relationship goals, like meaning where you see yourself. Don't allow those old karmic, toxic, family, mental and emotional traits to self-populate themselves into your life, because that's kind of how you got to deal with these energies, with aka spirits, however you look at it, friend. You got to really talk to them like they physically here, because in all actuality they literally are trying to be physically back and present. Reincarnate is the word. They trying to reincarnate through you. But through your incarnation, through your timeline. And it's like, forget that. You can't come into my timeline and stuff and mess my time here up, because when they come and mess your time here up, that's saying a big message to the Most High, from my understanding, because it's like they're covering your energy with theirs. So you got to be really careful and mindful of the spirits, and then they'll pop up in other people in your life to really say, like, to throw you off, when it's that person, they don't realize, like, hey, they being puppeted too, or they trying to puppet them. Not saying you being puppeted, but they trying to puppet them too and stuff. So you got to be really aware of who you are. Always speak life into yourself, cover yourself, because otherwise, they'll try to control you.